How did someone think they were completely immune to consequences? My college roommate Kyver was deaf. At least, that's what everyone believed for 4 years. He had all the accommodations you'd expect. Extended test time, note takers, front row seating, even a full scholarship. Everyone on campus learned sign language just to communicate with him. The whole thing started freshman orientation week. Kyver walked into our dorm room and immediately started pointing at his ears and shaking his head. He handed me a pre-written note explaining his hearing loss and asking for patience. I felt terrible for him. Our entire floor rallied around Kyver. Nixie from down the hall spent weekends teaching herself ASL through YouTube videos. The dining hall staff learned basic signs just for him. Kyver had documentation for everything. Medical records, audiologist reports, even a letter from his high school principal. The Disability Services Office fast-tracked his accommodations without question. His act was flawless. During fire drills, he'd wait for visual cues from other students. At parties, he'd position himself where he could read lips. He never flinched during thunderstorms or sudden loud noises. The professors adored him. Dr. Verlo in biology would face the class religiously, speaking slowly and clearly. Professor Tamsin even learned basic finger spelling. Kyver got front row seats in every lecture hall automatically. His scholarship was worth $40,000 annually. Full tuition, housing, meal plan, everything. The foundation that sponsored it used his photo in their fundraising materials about overcoming adversity. Kyver played the inspiration angle perfectly. He joined the Student Disabilities Advocacy Group and spoke at freshman seminars about perseverance. Parents would tear up listening to his speeches about obstacles and determination. But I started noticing inconsistencies. Kyver would unconsciously hum along to songs playing through his earbuds. He'd duck when basketballs came flying toward his head during intramural games. His reactions were too quick, too precise for someone who couldn't hear them coming. Late at night, I'd catch fragments of phone calls with his family back home. Real conversations about grades, money, weekend plans. When I confronted him about it, he panicked and claimed he was practicing speech therapy exercises. His hearing loss was partial and fluctuating, he explained. The doctors were trying experimental treatments that sometimes restored temporary hearing. He showed me medical journals about cochlear implant trials. He had answers for everything. His girlfriend Zira transferred here junior year specifically to be with him. She'd spent months learning ASL through online courses before they even met in person. She was completely devoted to making their relationship work despite the communication challenges. Zira would interpret movies for him during date nights. She'd tap his shoulder to get his attention and describe background sounds in restaurants. She even convinced her parents to learn sign language for family dinners with Kyver. The whole campus treated Kyver like a celebrity. Teachers would highlight his achievements during parent weekends. Other students would point him out during campus tours, explaining how inspiring his story was to incoming freshmen. Kyver leveraged his disability for everything. Then last Tuesday happened. Kyver was playing Call of Duty online with his gaming headset on. His girlfriend Zira was studying in the next room. Some kid was trash-talking him through the mic, calling him terrible at the game. Kyver was getting more and more frustrated, losing match after match.